Hello, my name is Wisselink from the NXT community, and I'm here to explain NXT to you and what it can mean for you. Let me first start off with explaining the differences between NXT and Bitcoin. NXT is not a proof of work coin like Bitcoin is. In Bitcoin you generate blocks and then you are rewarded with coins. These coins didn't at first exist on the network, so Bitcoin creates new coins every time. In a proof of stake system like NXT, all the coins are created at the start and no coins are added afterwards. Instead of generating blocks by expending a lot of computer power, in proof of stake the blocks are generated by an algorithm which is based upon the amount of active coins within the network. That means all wallets that are open on the network get a proportionate chance to generate blocks, and when they generate a block they get rewarded with the transaction fees within that block. This allows NXT to run on much lighter system. It doesn't need that much computer power. You can run it on a desktop, you can run it on a smartphone, you can run it on a Raspberry Pi. So it's a completely different system than proof of work, which is Bitcoin for instance, but also many other altcoins. NXT is also a completely new blockchain. It's not based on Bitcoin. The system, the concept is the same, but the code is completely new. NXT was coded in Java and it's possible to communicate with it for third-party applications via an API. NXT is also a much faster block time. At this moment it's 1.5 minutes, but as the network scales it will go down to 1 minute per block, as opposed to Bitcoin, which has 10 minutes per block on average. Also the next blocks are also on average. So these are the most visible different parts of NXT. The most important difference between NXT and most coin systems is that NXT is not a cryptocurrency, it is a crypto platform. That is, it aims at being a complete economic system. And how does it do this? It does this by working with tokens instead of coins. Coins, what we call coins, are actually also tokens, so it's quite logical to extend that functionality. So within NXT you have several transaction types that allow you to mark these tokens with different names to make them represent something else and trade them. The thing where the feature where most of this happens is what is called the NXT Asset Exchange. The NXT Asset Exchange has been functional since April this year, and it's an implementation of what is called colored coins. It is possible within the system to generate tokens and to assign arbitrary values to this. Why is this interesting? Because you can trade anything. You can do several actions on the asset exchange. You can sell orders, buy orders, you can issue coins, you can transfer coins without them even entering the market. And these different functions allow a very diverse palette of options. For instance, it's possible on the asset exchange to issue tokens that could be a loyalty coin. People are trading gold and silver on the asset exchange. It's possible to do crowdfunding. Also possible to peg these tokens, for instance, to membership cards. So for websites it could be very interesting to use it as a system to track membership in an encrypted and cryptographic way. Another thing that NXT makes possible is data transfer and data storing. The system is called arbitrary messaging, and it is at this moment used mostly for human readable messages, but it is possible to send 1,000 bytes of data to another account. This makes it possible for software and applications on the blockchain to communicate. That's the messaging system. It's also possible with the alias system to assign a random value to another random value. So most people use this, for instance, for marking their accounts at this moment. So instead of writing down and every time having to type the difficult account number, you can just use the alias. But it's also possible to build a complete decentralized DNS system with it. The nice thing about all these transaction types is that they take place on the same blockchain, so they can work together to build different systems. So for instance, some people are building a game on the blockchain, and this game will use the messaging system for sending data. It will use the asset exchange for tracking the assets within the game world. It will also use the blockchain to store persistent data on the blockchain, so everybody has access to it everywhere. All these things can and will work together. Some people have made the messaging system, incorporated it into the asset exchange, by which is possible by sending a message to an account, an action will be triggered. We have a few upcoming features that add to this. For instance, a lot of people will have heard about the sidechains project, within Bitcoin. Next has the monetary system. The only difference with this is that all the added coins, which are made by locking a certain amount of Next within an account as collateral for the coins on top, they will work on the same blockchain. So it is possible to have collateral for another system which has its own ecosystem. This can be private coins, can be internal coins for companies. But this is the monetary system, and the coins don't need to follow the same rules as the NXT system does. Upcoming, of course, is also a hot item is multi-signatures, which allow accounts to be locked until they have been signed off by several people, multiple people, more than two. And one very powerful function, which is the voting system. And the voting system is also very flexible. It allows voting by amount of coins. Next, it allows voting by account. It will also allow voting by asset exchange, by tokens. So one can imagine a situation where you do balloting by sending people asset exchange tokens, and only those people will be allowed to participate in the vote. It's also possible, of course, if a shareholder system would be in place, that these people would vote. It's very flexible, and most of it is API driven, so it's not even needed to work from within the Next system. You can call on it from the outside. There are many things possible. If you're interested, you can contact me. I'm here on the fair all days, so you can find us at the Next Inside, the Next booth. If you want more information, you can read up on it on the site nextinside.org. You can contact me directly by email on bass@nextinside.org, or you can contact me via Skype, damelon365. I hope to hear from you. I hope to speak to you. If you need support from our developers, we'll be happy to offer it to you, and I hope to share. I hope you will enjoy the Crypto Money Expo. Thank you.